If you ever made something like this in elementary school, congratulations, because you participated in the storied history of collage. Artists in Minnesota and around the world are using this ancient art form to tell the stories of their communities.
My mom and I used to actually sit down at the kitchen table and we would make our own collages together. And so it's always been a part of my life. I love collage because it's a form of world building, from destruction to recreation, and then you have the whole other little scene that didn't exist before.
Ever since paper was invented in China around 200 BC, people have been using collage to express themselves. One of the earliest forms of collage was chikirie, a technique used by Japanese poets that combined torn paper with calligraphy to create works that looked like they were painted with watercolors. For a long time, the high cost of paper meant that paper crafts were only available to a select few. But in the 1800s, there was a rise in affordable printed materials due to printing advancements, and the popularity of paper crafts skyrocketed. People created scrapbooks with newspaper clippings, photographs, letters, and even human hair. But because this work was largely done by women, it was considered more of a craft than art with a capital A. Enter Cubist artist Georges Braque. He started experimenting with mixed media in 1912 when he pasted faux wood wallpaper onto white paper and painted over it. He called this technique papier-collé, or pasted paper. To this day, many artists use found materials in their collages.
I do a lot of different elements with my collage. I have black velvet, which is used a lot in Ojibwe beadwork. I usually use beads, different materials that either my mom has given me or I've just found and been drawn to them. I also do a lot of hand-drawn illustration and digital collage. And this one is actually from one of the only photos I have of my maternal grandmother, and she was coming out of ceremony at that time. So these are the women in the community. And then I have the night sky, because that's symbolic of us returning back to the ancestors. I have quills in the background, but that's almost an ode to my mom's side of the family.
Collage can be personal, but also deeply political. After World War I, the artists of the Dada movement created collages that critiqued war, capitalism, and the establishment. Faced with the fragments of a world blown apart by war, they wanted to escape reality and build new worlds with their art. Dada artist Hannah Hoch said, "I would like to blur the firm borders that we human beings, cocksure as we are inclined to erect around everything that is accessible to us."
As a Native person, I feel like we've had a lot of our world completely taken away from us, and it's up to us to rebuild it today. And so that's where I see a lot of parallels with Dada and surrealism. We aren't sure about the world. The world is completely changing, and we're just trying to understand it and create a world that we want to live in. The worlds that I'm creating with my art are places that I would like to live in one day, where we understand our relatives, that's more than human relatives, human to human, as well as our place in the cosmos.